Everyone, and welcome inside the dome here at the Whitby Soccer Center as Darby FC returns home for the first time in a long time to take on Masters. Your starting lineup for Darby: Matt Zakos and Net Abdul Hamad, Michael Dorenzo, Jaden Vilfort, Caleb Pierce, Christopher Badabingi, Getty Jimmy, Julia Gonzalez, Colin Riley, Marcellus Paul, and Carlos Edek. Your starting lineup for Masters: Spirio Koskinas, Tyler Miranda, Julius Dominelli, Anthony Wright, Luca Carbone, Devontae Brown, Stefan Nikolic, Terrell Spencer, Mark Anthony Blackburn, Jason Alvarado, and Sam Zandimda Tabrizi. Both teams looking for a chance to move in a positive direction. As I said, it's been a long time since we've had a Darby FC home game as Gonzalez breaks up the pass. And it's also been a while since we've had a Darby FC win. Badabingi inside the 18-yard line gets a shot on net. And what a start for Darby FC as they come out of the gates flying to take a 1-0 lead. Christopher Badabingi. And that's just what the doctor ordered for this Darby FC side. Like I said, it's been a while since they've had a win as well. Started out positive on the season, and it has just been consecutive losses as they've had a tough schedule against some of the top names in the league. And here we are, early in the game, less than a minute in. Badabingi gets Darby on the board. Edek loses the ball in the midfield. Can we see a response from Master? Brown. Curling shot on net. Zako steals with it well. You know, I got a chance to talk with the coaching staff last night about this skid for Darby and just what it does to a team and what do you need to do to get out of it. And a lot of it is just the ability to keep positive and not shy away from adversity. Just the fact that adversity builds resilience, builds togetherness as a team. There's some positives that you can take away from a tough stretch like that. And certainly the response that they were looking for with that Christopher Badabingi goal less than a minute into the game. Pierce looking to advance the ball to Badabingi as Badabingi cut into that 18-yard line. I was also readying up to talk about just some of the struggles that Darby has had, and chief among those struggles has just been progressing the ball into the 18-yard line, or into the 18-yard box, I should say. And Badabingi does well to cut back and get a clean shot on net. Alvarado. Is it to Nikolic? Brown. Brown looking to find some room on the wing to move. And Masters are looking for a way forward themselves as well coming into the game. 0-6-1 on the season. This is a team that has a lot of respect, an organization that has a lot of respect within League One. They won the league 2 years ago. And the team in this league are just so close together in terms of talent and so close together in terms of production. Really a couple bad breaks for Masters either way could result in a different looking schedule. And it's certainly the same for Darby, as Darby had a couple real tough breaks here at home that have led to some not as positive results as the shot finds its way through to Zakos. Zakos taking his time with it, as we saw Nikolic put some pressure on him. A well-attended game here in the Dome. It's certainly shaping up to be a busy weekend here in Whitby, as well as Whitby is hosting the OPLID games in the Dome and on the field. It's a great chance to get out and watch all ages. Games start at 9 a.m. in the morning, and the last one's at 6 p.m. Great chance for players to get scouted at a neutral site here in Whitby. So if you're looking for something to do this weekend, Vilfort's down. Vilfort having a conversation with the referee, and looks like he'll be able to walk it off. Brown moves it forward. That'll be out along the far sideline. Master still looking for a response, and that goal 1 minute into the game, really a statement from Darby so far. Masters have had some possession here in positive spots, but really haven't been able to put together anything too dangerous, and that's cleared out by Vilfort. Brown out on the wing, puts it through Dorenzo's legs into the center of the box, and it's still kept in. Edick keeps it in, and flag is up on the far side of the play. Zakos readies up and takes his time, moving his players forward. A long kick finds the head of Badabingi, but it'll go over the head for Master. Flag is up, and a disagreement from Masters. Looked close from up here, a little hard to see on the far side of the pitch. So Zakos will gather the ball and we'll try again. And keen eye individuals will notice that there's been a decent number of overturn on the Darby roster as well. 6 players released over the past little bit here. And when I was talking to the team about it, just felt that there was a lot of players on the roster and felt that they would do well by paring down a little bit, focusing a bit more on the players that they had in-house. We'll see if that pays off for them as the ball goes back to the keeper. Darby. Badabingi. The ball will get circled back to the back line. Gonzalez. Vilfort. Marcellus Paul. And a pass is just a slight bit behind Dorenzo. And Giddy Jimmy Flips the field of play. Can Darby keep it in? It looks like they do from up here, and an aggressive tackle. We'll see if that gets carded, and it does. So that'll be Luca Carbone for Masters, who will pick up the first yellow card of the game. Certainly well earned. So Carlos Edick lining up for the free kick, could be in a dangerous spot here. Well-placed kick, and doesn't find the head of Julia Gonzalez. It is Luca Carbone that is assessed the yellow card, confirmed. Carbone flips it into the chest of Edick. And it's out for a throw-in, last touch by a Darby player. So we'll see a free kick coming for Masters. A booming kick, but it doesn't look like it will find anyone. It was Nikolic who was there for it. Sliding tackle from Dorenzio. Dominelli. Nikolic. And will be out for a corner off of the shin of Dorenzio, I believe. So Tyrell Spencer lining up for the corner kick for Masters. Masters still looking for a response. About 12 minutes ago now that Darby opened up the scoring here. Head official making sure everybody's in the correct position. He's got a keen eye on it. It comes in swinging, and headed away is Julian Gonzalez. Jimmy Gonzalez. And for now, Darby are out of danger, but can they flip the attack? Well broken up by Masters. Looked like it had some teeth there for a minute. Kick finds its way into the box. Brown. It's Paul who clears it out. Back to Spencer, and shot comes through on net, but flag goes up on the far side. Wing kick from Zakos. Finds the foot of Paul. Dorenzio. Pierce wins the ball back. Edick. Hamad. Another shot on net for Darby. This time it's scooped up. Spirio Koskanas. Zakos. Badabingi was battling for it. It'll come back to the back line. Vilfort heads out to the wing. Badabingi keeps possession of it somehow. Ball into the box. Paul! And I guess you could say he got a bit too much underneath that one as he skies it. And the pace of the game's really slowed down after the torrid first minute for Darby. Some good chances on either side. Still a 1-0 scoreline, just about halfway through the first half of action. Badabingi. Jimmy looking to win it back. Spencer. And Blackburn and Edick collide. Hamad stays on his feet. Edick. Ball into the box and well defended from Masters. I believe that was Luca Carbone that got out in front of that ball. And this will be a free kick coming for Masters. Renzo heads it away. Blackburn. To Spencer. Brown. And it'll be broken up by Darby as they look to move the other way. Nikolic. Can he get the shot in? And it's just wide of the net as Masters gets their first significant chance of the game. And they will feel like one went wasted there. Nikolic gets a great chance off of a unfortunate attempt at a clearance. Another booming kick from Zakos. Pierce. And Blackburn shoved to the ground. Spencer does well to get out of the press from Paul there. Now offside. So Gonzalez lining up for the free kick. Dorenzo, and was it off the head of a Masters player? It looks like it was. Good to clear it there. Is Blackburn. A yellow card's going to be assessed there to Dorenzo. Gets caught with a bit of extracurricular activity. There's been a little chippiness between these two teams tonight. Ahmad. Carbone looks to move it up the sideline, and the pass just had a bit too much on it. That'll go out the end line for a goal kick.
Yellow card issued to Darby FC number 4, Michael Durenzo, in the 21st minute.
So yellow card is assessed to Michael Durenzo. We've really seen a emphasis placed on the long ball here from Zakos. Not a lot of building out from the back going on for Darby. And collision at midfield is going to see this as a free kick for Darby as Edick hits the ground. Edick was a bit of a question mark for today as well. Got to talk to him at the graduation ceremony up in the North Campus earlier this week and talked to him, and he was positive about what they could potentially get out of this game, what they could potentially get out of the next few games. And picked up a knock later that night, but he's in the lineup, so good to go, and certainly good to have him in the lineup as well. And someone you may notice not in the lineup is Trevine Esprit, who had played significant minutes over the last few games, played 70 in its first appearance here, and 90 minutes and 90 minutes right after that. He gets a one-day call-up for York United in the substitutions. So obviously good for Darby FC. They're happy to see players get chances and move up when possible. Flag stays down. Paul is just not there for it. It'll be out for a goal kick for Masters. Renzo. Jimmy. Edick. Hamad. Working inside the 18-yard line. It appears like it's going to be a corner for Darby, and it is. Ball played short. Hamad finds its way through to the net, but scooped up. Easily dealt with by Zakos. Darby looking to build it up. Spirio Koskanos comes all the way out. And once again, a bit of chippiness. Some disagreement Potentially a dangerous pack back there. Good pass out of it from Spiro Koskanos. Ahmad. Nikolic. And what a sliding tackle from D'Renzo. Keeps the scoreline where it is, 1-0. Darby, they have some advantage moving the other way. Ahmad. Edick. And possession given away. Zakos. Chips it to Giddy. Jimmy. Paul. He's onside. D'Renzo. Brown and Paul tied up, and Brown throws the ball going the other way. Tempers are starting to flare here. I mean, there's been a few times tonight where it's been questionable with no call, and we saw it going back to Spiro Koskanos coming back out of the net. And I believe it was Badabingi had a bit of a brief shoulder check, a little extracurricular, if you will. Nothing called from a referee, and you heard a loud response from the Masters fans in attendance as well as the Masters bench going the other way. There's no call, potentially along the sidelines. Couldn't see it from up here as Abdul Hamad cleared it back in. And then coming back this way, disagreement with the call sees Brown throw the ball the other way. And there's going to be a conversation with him about that. D'Renzo comes out. Tyler Sikorsky comes on. And D'Renzo was down behind the play there. Looked like he was potentially dealing with a cramp. So Carlos Edick lining up for the free kick. Sikorsky officially on. Free kick coming. Out-swinging kick to the edge of the 18-yard line. That's going to get headed back for a goal kick as we are 28 minutes into the first half of play here in Whitby. Brown gets a little chip pass. Back to Spencer. Alvarado, he moves it wide. And a long ball play through, and Zakos there for it. Brown is just beside himself with the decision to clear that up the field. Paul. Edick. That'll be Master. Sikorsky. Spencer's there for it. As the tensions begin to turn up on this game after a bit flat after the Darby goal. But over the past few minutes, it's really ratcheted up. Blackburn takes the short kick and gets it back in return. They're going to bring it all the way back to Spiro Koskanos. Brown, covered by Sikorsky. He flips it up. Edick, taken down, and that'll be a free kick. Looking for Badabingi. And that's cleared out. Will that be a corner kick? I believe it will. Tyler Miranda gets in front of Badabingi there. And once again, we'll see Edick go out for the corner kick. Tensions have really ratcheted up. Emotions flaring. Still a 1-0 game. Darby looking to pad the lead a little bit, get some extra insurance on this, and Masters looking to find their way even. Low kick comes in off the foot of Paul. Going the other way with it is Darby. Nikolic. Zakos. So the ball comes back to where it hit the top of the dome. It's Darby on a drop ball here. Skoski. And handed away from Miranda. Edick taken down, and an aggressive tackle in the midfield. See, stern warning from the official there, but no card given. Didn't look like anything that would warrant a call. Edick stays down. And Darby already without Michael DiRenzo as he went off earlier. Looks like he's feeling a bit better sitting on the bench at the moment. Edick, he's up and walking it off. Always good to see. Free kick into the box, and right in front of the keeper, he's down off a collision. And once again, you hear the Masters fans in attendance not happy with that, as that is the second time that there's been contact with Spiro Koskanos. Well-placed free kick there. And it was just chipped in front, a free kick taken by Colin Riley. It's just chipped in front of the net, chipped over a defender, and it was tough to see one of the forwards, who exactly it was, but one of the forwards came in and it was contact with Spiro Koskanos. And it looks like Carlos Edick will come off. Or at least he's going to get looked at. And Edick is down behind the play right now, so he'll have to come off to the sideline before things can start on the other end of things. So Edick, he'll get a look taken at him. Got to imagine a sub will be coming. Officials having a discussion with Coach Herman, and play finally resumes here at the Dome. And an aggressive tackle on the far side of things. And once again, the Master supporters in attendance vocal about their displeasure with the physicality of this game. So Dylan Campbell looks like he'll be the one coming in replacement of Carlos Edick. That's already 2 players down for Darby. Dorenzo, he's out. Edick's out. Paul. Jimmy. Pierce was there for it. He's going to get it back from Paul. Badabingi, he's closed down. Can he get another shot off? He does, but it's wide of the net. So Dylan Campbell will move out wide, and that move we'll see Abdul Hamad come back into the midfield where he's played frequently throughout this season.
Darby substitution in the 37th minute. Number 12, Dylan Campbell, entering the match. Exiting the match is number 37.
So the midfield for Darby now is Giddy Jimmy, as well as Pierce and Hamad. Spiro Koskanos. Carbone. The Masters just unable to find their way through this back line of Darby. Hamad, he advances it forward, and that'll be out for a throw and an aggressive one. May put a dent in the door. Hamad's taken down as we are inching closer to the half break. I believe that was a yellow card given as I look down at the clock. So we'll wait to hear if that's the case. In the meantime, this will be a free kick coming for Darby. Once again, looking to grow the lead is into box, and taken down is Blackburn along with Dylan Campbell. The tagline for this League One Ontario season is every point matters, as next season we're looking at the split as the premier and champion split the table. And man, you can really feel the tensions flaring tonight, as the importance of this game is not lost on either of them. Like I said, there's a lot of respect from Darby for this Masters side. A lot of talk about not overlooking them and not looking past them, not looking at this as a game that is in hand. Now the tension's flaring, the physicality. It's been a game to behold early on here. Nikolic tied up with Paul. No call. Nikolic into the box. Carbone's there for it. Clears it back into Gonzalez. Hamad. He wins possession of it. Sikorsky. The ball finds its way through. Flags down. Badabingi. Can he get a clean shot off it? A sliding tackle inside the 18-yard line. Is that going to be a penalty? And a yellow card goes up, so certainly looks like it's going to be a penalty from here. Anthony Wright was there for it. And a sliding tackle from behind. Tough to see if there was contact. Certainly referee thinks so. But this will result in Christopher Badabingi put on the line in dramatic fashion as we tick through to the end of the first half, just 5 minutes remaining. Badabingi opened up the account earlier today, 1 minute into the game. What a first half this would be. Badabingi. And it's in! The second of the game. It's 2-0 Darby FC over Masters. Darby ecstatic. And this has been a long time coming for them. Certainly there's a long period left after this. So 45 minutes of play where Masters, you know they're going to be looking for their way back into this game. And this game is so important for either side looking to stay alive. It's a short season. Sikorsky heads it away from Brown. Paul's there for it. Spencer. The Masters looking to find a response. They're going to need it. Three minutes left until half. Dylan Campbell. He cuts into the 18-yard line and gets it taken away from Nikolic. It looked like that ball was going to take it all the way out and just dropped a bit short. Zakos will pick it up. Carbone's in for the press. Spencer. Hamad's there for it, tied up with Brown. And in the midfield, shot it on net, and Spiro Koskanas scoops it up. Masters will build it out from the back. Brown. Gonzalez to Pierce. Hamad. Pierce thought about it. He'll pull the ball back. Clears it in. Spiro Koskanas dives to the ground for it. And a spirited ending to this half. As I mentioned, it was a 1 minute opener for Badabingi. And then a 40-minute second goal at a penalty attempt. Spencer tied up with Sikorsky. And you hear once again this Masters, this traveling Masters fans in attendance are not at all happy with it. And we'll see a red card given to the bench. And I mean, that's certainly a first for me. A red card given to the bench, and an assistant coach. Wow. I mean, we'll await to see what happens here, but that was an explosive ejection. And curious to see what's happened here. Is a red card against Masters, so logic would tell me that this is 3 minutes of added time as well. Logic would tell me that this is a Darby ball. Masters was lining up like they were going to take possession of it, and logic seemingly prevails. And that's about, I mean, I've been calling soccer for a few years now and been a fan of the sport for a while. That's a first for me. Red card goes to an assistant coach. Ball into the box. Still have some work to do for Masters. And it'll be going the other way as we have a player for Masters down in the box. But as the red card's given out, the reaction from the assistant coach is to basically kick over the bench with other coaches still on it. I mean, I don't even know what to make of that. It's been one of those games where it's just been chippy, it's been physical, it's been emotional, spilling over to the coaches who have not been a fan of the referee's calls. And this time it was, I believe it was Nikolic. It was tied up with Sikorsky. That was what led to the disagreement. For what it's worth, the call looked like it would have been outside of the 18-yard line, would not have resulted in a penalty. This will be a free kick for Darby. Jimmy lining up for it. And gotta wait for the officials to give the all good here. They're gonna move them back. And it's a half that never ends. There's certainly been a lot of discussion from the referees with coaches, making sure everybody gets in position. And the coach that was given a red card has re-entered into the building. That's what you see the coach sprinting across the field for. And he's going to get a round of applause from Masters fans. And get this guy out of here. So the assistant coach who received the red card, he's escorted out. And finally, Jimmy plays it short into the kneecap of Hamad. And there's the end of a very emotional half. It's 2-0 for Darby. And we are back here for the second half of action. Darby currently leads 2-0 behind a Badabingi brace. And an emotional, explosive, physical, use any descriptor you want for it in that first half. And it starts the exact same way that it ended. That's going to be a yellow. And I can't even get to the substitutions before tempers flare again. Colin Riley given the yellow as Brown is tackled out of bounds. So then Lucas Carvalho will be coming on for Marcellus Paul. And on the other side of things, Zion Richards comes on as well as Eric Zavas. And it has just been a physical battle, a lot of contact from either side. And a Vocal Masters contingent in attendance here tonight. Ball in and headed away. Campbell moves it forward. It's going to come all the way back to Alvarado. Spirio Koskanos. Riley, and you may notice that there has been a kit change at half. Wearing full blue was Darby at the beginning of this game, and now wearing the white kits and blue shorts here for the second half. One could surmise they're probably just a bit too similar. And it's Dylan Campbell who gets given the yellow card, so apologies to Colin Riley. A throw in. Throw in coming. Skied high and be going the other way. Carvalho back into the lineup here for Darby. He was started to begin the season and pulled out of the lineup after a few unfortunate mistakes, but works his way back through the training sessions and back into the squad. We'll see what he can bring here. Hamad. And Masters really aggressively working the right-hand side of the field here early on. Jimmy. On the far side, Zion Richards. And he's taken out. That will go out as a corner kick. This Masters looking to find a response still to the Badabingi brace. In swinging kick. Right there for Zion Richards. And well defended. As we've seen frequently tonight, Seikos moving everybody forward. You can expect another rocket of a kick as he's had a few opportunities to show off the leg strength here tonight. Blackburn. It'll be Hamad. Cuts it back. Looking for Badabingi right outside the 18-yard line. Carvalho. On the overlap is Sikorsky. Zavas was tying his shoe at midfield, had to get up early, and He'll have a chance to finish the job on that regard. Badabingi. Back to Spencer. Zavas. Certainly brings some size in the mid there. Spencer. Hamad. And Brown is taken down. Jimmy. Spencer will take the free kick, and still a chippy game here in Whitby. It's been an entertaining one. And a long kick and just over the top of the net. Wow. Carbon put a rocket on his foot. Just a bit underneath it, or else that would have been a dangerous one. Zakos looked like he was in position for it, but you never know with those kind of kicks. He can easily take you off guard. And a long one there. Gonzalez. Campbell takes it on the shoulder. Zavas. Zakos. And it's a lively first touch. Does well to get it out. Masters is really finding ways through right now. Their attack has looked the best it's looked all game since half. Spirio Koskanos. And they'll play it out the back. Zavas. Nikolic making a run with it and broken up in the midfield. It was Gonzalez. Hamad. And unable to get to it. The ball will come all the way back to Spirio Koskanos. Savas. He'll get the ball back. Blackburn. Flag stays down. Brown. He cuts in. Pass goes through the legs. Well defended by Suko on the back end of that. There's a couple of headers. We'll get it out of danger momentarily, but this one will make its way to Zakos. Substitution coming for Masters. It looks like this will be Justin Robertson when he gets a chance to check in. Badabingi. Mark Anthony Blackburn taken down. Riley. Dylan Campbell inside the 18-yard line on a strike, and it's just wide of the net. And it's a similar position that we saw earlier in the game. And Nikolic gets a one-on-one with the keeper and just puts it to the right of the net. So it will be Justin Roberts coming on. Justin Robertson on for Devontae Brown. And Brown has had some moments tonight. He's played well. Savas skies it high, and it's moved forward by Mark Anthony Blackburn. Badabingi. he has been the man tonight for this offense and aggressively taken down on the far side out of bounds. Doesn't look like there will be a card given in any respect there. But this will be out for, I believe this will be a free kick. So we'll see Caleb Pierce lining up this time. Jimmy. A couple of sliding tackles. A malfunction at the junction. That's going to be a yellow card for Colin. And that is going to be the double yellow for red.
Leave it on set.
In the second red card of the game, we saw a assistant coach ejected from the game in dramatic fashion in the end of the first half. And now, I mean, you can hear the contingent of Master supporters in attendance, and you always love to see your fans vocal regardless of what side they're on. Colin Riley and Colin, he's gone. But you saw the collision there as two sliding tackles met. And as they were getting up, Colin had some extracurriculars from Mark Anthony Blackburn. And, I mean, you're not going to get away with it as obvious as that was. So what a conundrum we have here in Whitby. Darby up 2-0, have been in control of this game for a large portion of it. Since half, this has been Masters' game. Masters now with a man advantage as Colin Riley exits the game. Ball immediately, Mark Anthony Blackburn, and what a defensive play from Dylan Campbell. Deflects it. And for as intense as this game has been, somehow has gotten even more intense. And now playing on the back foot, a man down for the rest of this game. Darby is going to have to fight to keep this where it is. But Abingi takes it off the arm. He can stay down, and the flag stayed down, but it was Spirio Koskanos who comes out to clear it. Nikolic taken down right in front of the Masters supporters. Ref is going to hear it. Probably 35 minutes left to play, as we're just into the 60th minute, and this is a long, long time for Darby to be on the back foot, a man down. Hamad. That'll be out. Spencer with a quick throw in. Hamad. He can't chip it forward. However, Pierce does. Carvalho is just a bit too wide. Suko. Masters playing with a lot of purpose right now. Badabingi. Carvalho. Nikolic gets tied up. Is this going to be a card? It is. I mean, I've lost count of the amount of cards tonight. And there has been some significant ones. The 2 red cards loom large. Also looming large is the penalty that Darby got. Could be the difference if Master is able to find an answer finally. But if Darby's able to successfully limit to Master to 1 goal, if they're able, and it's a long, long road ahead of them. Low kick in and doesn't really go anywhere. Spencer. And a little heel thick. Nikolic. Zion, and he keeps it in. Sikorsky right on him on the end line. Badabingi walks a tightrope and eventually is taken down. Flag stays down. Robertson. He's on the attack. In Zakos. That's going to be out for a corner. And some substitutions are readying up. This time we'll see De Freitas coming in. First of all, we'll see Ian Gutierrez come on for Dominelli. And then we'll also see De Freitas come on as Stefan Nikolic comes off. Darby will also have a substitution coming in as Doyle. Looks like he's coming on for Lucas Carvalho. So corner coming. Right on net! Caleb Pierce! And finally, Master! Flag is up! Offside! No goal. Matt Zakos, Caleb Pierce. I mean, you could pick a name on that back line. I'm pretty sure all of them got hit by a ball at one point, and that is absolutely huge for Darby, because that would have been a response that gives Master a ton of time to find an equalizer. And as it stands, Master's still trailing. Doyle, he'll bring it back to Zakos, boots it out of bounds, and he is cleated. A yellow card. And we're going to see some altercations after that. Yeah, separate them, and in significant amount of pain as Matt Zakos is down. I mean, you could argue that was more than a yellow card. I think a yellow card was generous. I mean, this match is just exhausting to watch. It's exhausting to call. I mean, I can't imagine playing it. It's been so physical. There's been yellow cards. The emotions are running high. It looks like Zako's up. I mean, immediate worry when you get a collision like that is make sure everything in the lower body's all good. And Zakos is such a significant part of this team. Zakos is going to get a drink of water. It looks like he'll stay on. So it's Justin Robertson who gets nailed with that yellow card. Substitution in the second half. So Masters playing it quickly. Once again, if you're just scrubbing through the timeline right now, maybe you've missed a few things. Darby down a man. Had a red card given to Colin Riley. And that'll be offside. Masters also given a red card earlier in the game to one of their assistant coaches, and I mean, that was a mess in itself. And there's been a few collisions that have been questionable yellow cards for Masters as well. But as it stands, Masters a man up. Darby up 2-0. Masters came so close off of the corner earlier, about 10 minutes ago. Well, it feels like 10 minutes ago. Who knows with this match? It was a scrum in front of the net, almost there on a few different occasions. Caleb Pierce gets in front of it. Zakos gets in front of it. Gonzalez gets in front of it. Robertson! And it's off! That'll be one of the goals that Masters looking for. Cleared into the middle, and it's Jaden Vilford who deflects it into the net. Zakos unable to react to it. All of a sudden, the goose egg has been broken for Masters. It's 2-1. 67 minutes. I mean, you can hear this Masters contingent is loud and they are proud. And right now, Masters looking like they can find a way back into this game. Campbell somehow keeps possession of it. That's incredible. Campbell thinks about crossing it in. He'll pull it back. Justin Robertson is given the goal there. Like I said, it was off of Vilford, who deflected it into his own net. Down in front of the Darby supporters. Looks like we're going to see another substitution coming. Throw in. Savas is, I believe, the one who is on the other end of that. Giddy Jimmy is down. This is DeFreitas, the new substitution into the game, our latest substitution into the game for Masters. And almost there for it. So close is Tyler Sikowski. Masters playing it out from the back. Badabingi, the nice tackle. Will be a throw-in, however. De Freitas. And he'll hand it off to Gutierrez, another recent substitution in the second half, and substitution waiting for Darby. Out for a throw-in. Over the top of the net. This will be for Zakos. So substitution for Darby. It'll be Micah Mayorano. Giddy Jimmy coming off. So Jimmy off, and Jimmy is such a solid contributor in the midfield for Darby. All the way back as the keeper will trade possessions. Gutierrez. "71 minutes. Masters. And what a win this would be for them. It would be their first of the season, currently 0-6-1. In prime position to at least pull even with a draw. On the foot, and that's easy money for Zakos. Sees it the entire way. It's going to take more than that. But, I mean, the coaches at Darby just routinely just glow with praise for Zakos and his leadership and the amount of passion that he has for this game. And certainly on display tonight. Crossing in front of the net. Pierce. A good first touch for Caleb Pierce. Hamad. What can he do with it? Has Pierce on the overlap and taken down on the end line. I feel like in a normal game that gets called. In today's game, it's almost tough to discern who grabbed who in that scenario because they both had hands on each other. And a nice long pass there for Masters. Once again, they're looking to find an equalizer now. Had one goal come off the board, and it's 2-1 right now. Campbell. Throw in for Masters. Gutierrez. He gets it back from Robertson. Robertson was credited with the lone goal so far for Masters. Blackburn. The through ball. Zion. He's well in. Oh, what a play from Julian Gonzalez. Lays out. It was the only thing preventing this from being a tied game. The pass came in a bit short, and I mean, if that isn't through Gonzalez, that gets on the foot of, I believe that was Robertson or Savas there. And it is all of a sudden a tied game. We hear the Let's Go Darby starting to build up in here. Gutierrez. He plays it back. That's a corner! Spirio Kostanos. Misplays it severely. It looks like we're going to see Adam Klemek come in. And Klemek is an interesting one. Got to see him a lot at Ontario Tech, and we'll return to this as Hamad. In swinging kick and a bit too strong over the head of Tyler Sikorsky. Robertson. DeFreitas was there for it. Robertson just missed him. Out wide to Zavas. He'll pull it back. Spencer. DeFreitas. Gutierrez. Blackburn out wide and plays it off. That'll be a throw-in. And finally, we'll see Adam Klemek come on. Like I said, got to see Klemek quite a bit. This will be Dylan Campbell that comes off. Klemek played up front for the Ridgebacks throughout this past year, but played a lot of different spots on the field, would drop a bit further back than the lead striker. Almost playing a bit of the Bruno Fernandes role at times. Still at the end of the day, was effective in front of the net. 5 goals for the Ridgebacks. So we'll see what Klemek is able to do as he has about 13 minutes or so. So Klemek will go up in the formation. Looks like he'll be the lead striker. Also brings a bit of size, a tall kid at 6'3". Vilford breaks it up. Badabingi keeps it in. Klemek's in the center of the field. Can Badabingi get across in? And that's deflected, I believe, off of Badabingi. Well, this will be out for a corner kick. Kick swinging in, looking for Klemek. Well defended. Savas. Robertson in a foot race and will be just a bit too far over his head. Out for a throw in for Darby. As the clock now starting to wind down, we're just about into 80 minutes. And the way this second half has gone so far, you can probably expect 3 to 4 minutes of added time. Off the head of Klemek. Savas. Zakos robs him. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Zakos is just keeping Darby alive, putting on a show out there. Into the foot of Klemek, and what a first touch. Hamad. Therefore, it is Badabingi. Out for a corner once again, I believe. And it sure is. We'll see Caleb Pierce head over for a corner. In the last corner, Adam Klimek was the target man on it, and the ball came in just a tad low. So we'll be interesting to see if they head back and maybe put a bit more height on it. Klemek's 6'3". You could put a bit more height on it. Maybe not that much. Badabingi gets his head on it after Sikorsky clears it into the middle. On the far side of the field, Spencer puts on the jet burners. Cleared in. Zavas overruns the ball. Doyle finds Klimek. Robertson. That's Vilfort laying out for it. Klimek. And what a performance from this back line for Darby. They're having to lay out right now down a man. Hamad keeps it in. Tightrope walk along the sidelines. Badabingi chips it. And that'll take a bounce to stay in. Spirio Koskanos will play it out. Arian Mataj lining up for Darby on the sideline for a substitution. And Zakos will pick it up with DeFreitas coming in for the press. Mataj, one of two call-ups for this game. Klimek already in the game. And it'll be interesting to see Klimek. He's getting about 13, 15 minutes. I believe that's about as most as he's gotten so far. He's made his way into a few games. Robertson. Gutierrez. And the finite resource of time is going to start ticking away. Masters need to keep their foot on the gas. Gutierrez. And they've had their chances over the past few minutes. That pass that was just behind Zavas. I mean, that was tailor-made for a goal. Really an unfortunate break for them to come away with it. We'll see Zakos pick it up as Zion comes in. Hamad. And we have a player down as a rough collision. I believe that was Doyle. And it is Jaden Doyle still down. So Jaden's good. Mataj will come on. And it'll be Abdul Hamad who comes on. And Hamad has put in a shift tonight. So ball all the way back to Zakos. Mataj immediately gets the ball after stepping in. Badabingi. What can he do? Oh, that's kept in. Doyle finds a little room. And just over the head of Klimek. 85 minutes. Gutierrez. He's looking to find his way through. Zavos taken down in the midfield. Ball will come back to Doyle. Doyle clears it out. Looking for Klimek. Will be over the head of Miranda. Alvarado. Over to Gutierrez. Blackburn chips it forward to Freitas was there for, and Zayco's killing a bit of time. What a game this has been. Gutierrez. Robertson, and that'll be out for Masters throw-in. They'll have to take this quickly. Doyle. Spencer's there for it. Where are they going to spot this foul? And it looks like it's just outside of the 18-yard line. Well, they're going to give it a corner. I mean, you heard Masters fans react there. That looked like, certainly felt like that was going to be either a penalty or a spot kick, or a free kick, I should say. Come back out for another corner. So 2 corners in a row. This time Spencer lining up for it. Masters looking for a response. It comes in low once again, and Gonzalez is not going to let that one by. And Gonzalez has been so good on aerial duels. Arian Mataj comes in, wins it back going the other way. Mataj. Flags up. It's up. It's up. "88 minutes. 2 minutes left of regulation. You got to expect there's going to probably be about 3 to 4 minutes of added time. So roughly about 6 minutes left potentially for Masters. And offside. Flags up. Masters just fractionally away from disaster with Klimek and Badabingi both there making runs at it, but I believe it was Badabingi who was just slightly offside, and it took a second for the side judge to put that flag up. Masters fans giving the countdown to Zaycos. Badabingi. Bit of a collision, but everybody stays on their feet. Sikorsky will put it out. That's a throw-in. 89 minutes. Doyle making a run at it. Robertson right there on him and rides him out of bounds. And referee's going to reach into his back pocket. That's an obvious one. Some time wasting from Doyle as he boots it into the netting behind the net. 4 minutes of added time, so right around where we hypothesized it would be earlier. And mind you, that's a minimum of 4 minutes added time. Certainly could go beyond that. We've had a few games here where it's felt like an eternity in added time. DeFreitas. Robertson. Zavas. Doyle! I didn't hear it. I don't know if I heard a whistle. I heard one now. That's a throw-in. Remember, this is 4 minutes minimum of added time. Officials are going to take a second here to clear this out. Make sure this gets sorted. Drop ball. Doyle is going to yank it. Badabingi. He gets it off his head. Mataj is there. Sikorsky. Spencer on the ground breaks it up. Just behind DeFreitas and another player down in the midfield. Alvarado. Robertson. Savas. Gonzalez will put it out. Throw in coming. So the yellow card is on Jaden Doyle. Not that that needed much more clarification. Ball crossed in. Mataj boots it. What kind of bounce is this going to take? Stays in front of Spirio Koskanos. Blackburn. What a strange bounce that took. It went off of the legs of Klemek and basically just came to a stop spinning right after that. Zakos will fall on top of it. We're about halfway through the added time. Plus or minus about 30 seconds. Klemek. Going the other way with it. Spencer, can he stay on it? Zakos scoops it up. Zakos. Badabingi. This is a corner for Darby. So in the 93rd moment, Darby with a corner. And it'll be interesting to see what Darby does here. And that's exactly what I thought they were going to do. Heads up on the sideline. That goes right over the head of Darby supporters there. And, I mean, this is going to be added time, in the added time, as the kids are taking a second giving the ball back. That's something. But that's pretty much what I thought they would do in that situation. Keep the ball, try and run out some time, play it short. And it's another thing Klemek was pretty good at this year was that hold-up play, trying to take a bit of time as people get into possession and even keeping possession where you're trying to wind down the clock a little bit. We're into 94 minutes now. Like I said, there's probably some added time to that, so you're probably adding about 30 seconds. Darby inching towards victory here at home. Down a man, and another as Mataj hits the ground. But we probably have about a minute of added time. Additionally, just on the way that things have shaken out. Well, never mind that. There you have it. What a win for Darby. 2-1 here at home. The heart the hustle, and just like that, Darby is at 3-6-0, and Masters remains winless. Thank you for joining us here at the Dome. I've been Sean McLeod.